With the Carolina Southern Railroad being built in 1886, it's one of the first in the Carolinas. The Carolina Southern Railroad was built by the Chadbourne brothers to primarily get materials from the Waccamaw River to southeastern North Carolina. Shortly after, it was extended from Conway to Myrtle Beach and included passenger trains. Also at that time, the railroad was the local postal service.
The engineer would hang it out the window with a stick, a metal stick, and someone would be waiting there with a hook. And if they missed it, which they often did, then you missed the mail. You had to wait till the next time it came through because the train didn't stop there.
In 1962, the railroad stopped carrying passengers and started its main use to move freight in and out of the county. The Carolina Southern Railroad had a big turning point when Jason Pippin and his family had the opportunity to move down in 1995 and buy the railroad. At that time, it was just barely operating.
When we bought it, they moved about 1,700 rail cars a year. It needed a lot of work. We put a lot of work into it. By '99, we were moving 22,000 cars a year.
As the amount of train cars grew, more goods were able to be moved. The railroad moves almost everything you can think of, and even some that you wouldn't.
We would haul all the coal that came in the area. Santee Cooper around the corner, it was all come in by rail. Paper comes in by rail. Aggregate materials for road work, bridge work, base materials for that type of work, concrete type work.
Unfortunately, not too long ago, the railroad stopped running. With about 90 bridges on the railroad, they are hard to maintain.
About 3 years ago, they put into place some new specific bridge regulations. We were one of the first small railroads that they inspected. And when they inspected all of our bridges, they found issues with about 7 bridges.
With so many updates the railroad needed, it would cost a lot of money, around $2 million specifically.
We have worked with every group that we could. We've applied for every grant that you can apply for, every loan that you can apply for to get that money, and we haven't been successful.
Recently, the Carolina Southern Railroad has been showing up in the news due to its potential selling. A 2-state committee was formed to try and help Jason and his family to get this railroad back up and running. Unfortunately, the idea of buying the railroad sparked from that.
They didn't go into it with the plan of let's buy this railroad. Their thing was how can we work together to get it operational.
When the extremely long process of selling the railroad is finally complete, Jason is hopeful that the new owners will fix up the unsatisfactory bridges and get the railroad open again.
The immediate future plans are to get this baby open again and get it running and moving freight. And like I told you earlier, I believe that'll happen here soon.
Hopefully we'll see the Carolina Southern Railroad back up and running soon. Okay.